We're going to be doing another rookie mock draft. We're going to be drafting on the simulator over at Fantasy Pros. We've been messing around with this simulator for quite a bit, and it's okay. It's not the greatest. There is some bugs to it, but if you need to hammer out some mock drafts, it can give you a good sample size. We're going over 5 rounds. It's Superflex. Hit that subscribe button right now because we're going to get you right for your rookie drafts, but we're going to dig in right now. So we're going 5 rounds. It's Superflex. We're going to start the draft. We're going to click that button down here, and we are going to be picking at 8. That's where they have us at for this draft. So going over to the draft board, Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Jaden Daniels, Rome Odunze, Drake May, and J.J. McCarthy. So quarterbacks coming off in the range. Drake May fell a little bit. I mean, it's not with ADP, but I could see that happening in home leagues, I guess. Brock Bowers on the board. Brian Thomas Jr. also is on the board. We took Brian Thomas Jr. over Brock Bowers last time. But look at Brock Bowers' face there. Look how crazy looking that is. Out of all the headshots, that is what they chose. That is what they're rolling with right there with Brock Bowers. I'm just going to draft them due to the headshot alone. That's with ADP, and it's going to give me a different look compared to the other mock drafts I did. When it comes to tight end, I do not like drafting tight end in the first round, but sometimes you just got to roll with whatever value you got. And when you do a ton of mock drafts, you do a ton of values, you're looking at things, you kind of want to diversify your portfolio. If you're in a lot of leagues, you better diversify your portfolio. You shouldn't be overweight on a player. Rule of thumb, 20 to 25% is where you should be maxed out at. It really depends. And if you're plus 25%, then really it should be like 1 or 2 players that you're really in love with. And I'm talking about all across the board, veterans, rookies, whatever. But now we're in the second round. Jalen Wright, Cam Coleman, Ricky Pearsall, Roman Wilson. Looking at that, I also want to look at what's there at running back. What do they got there at running back? Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, Bucky Irving. Braylon Allen might be in a better situation than Jalen Wright. Possibly. I don't know. I like his skill set a little bit better. I like Jalen Wright's upside better. Of the wide receivers listed, my favorite is Ricky Pearsall. Then it's Roman Wilson. Keon Coleman's probably going to get the better draft capital. Quarterback, Spencer Rattler. We're only in the second round. He usually falls to the third. Let's play chicken with him. Let's see where he goes in the draft. If he's there in the third round, we'll select him. Tight end, JT Sanders. This is a good time to spam running back. Let's see what's there at wide receiver in the third round. Let's go with, check the cheat sheet here. Braylon Allen, Bucky Irvin, Audric Estime, Keon Coleman, Ricky Pearsall. It's between Braylon Allen, Jalen Wright. It's between those 2 backs. And the system's trying to say, take Jalen Wright. So, let's go against it. Let's go with Braylon Allen. And for me, it's all situational with these running backs anyways. And I do not have many favorites. Xavier Legette, one of the best on the board right now. Situational for him. High upside player. High downside player too. Quarterback, Spencer Rattler still there. 73% versus his 46%. It's Superflex. It makes a good idea since it's Superflex. Even if he goes in a meh situation. Kate Stover, Sanat, Theo Johnson. Going Spencer Rattler here in the third round. We're in the middle of the third round too at 308. So why not? So now we're in the fourth round. Definitely not looking quarterback. Running back, Will Shipley still on the board. That's going to be a huge target for me. And I don't see myself moving off from him. So we're going Will Shipley. I do not see him on the board in the fourth round. This is where this draft gets stupid. So let's go back to the draft board because we haven't been really looking at that. So going to the second round, Troy Franklin falls. Lab McConkey, A.D. Mitchell. Marshawn Lloyd in the second. We got the running back run here. Makes sense. We get to the third round. Wide receivers. that run right there, like a Javon Baker, they're gone. But they did not fall to me. Spencer Rattler, Audric Esme, Xavier Legette were like the top 3 choices. I went with Rattler due to it being Superflex. Brandon Rice, I don't see him fall into 312. I don't see that happening, but some of the good names that we're seeing around here, a few of them will fall to a bad spot or a bad landing spot and go around there. Ray Davis, Corley, McMillan, Cowing, Wilson, Thrash, Jamari Thrash. We're here at the 408. I forgot what I was looking at. Will Shipley is a great pick here. He's not going this far down unless he falls out of the draft. Even if he goes in the 5th round of the NFL draft, he's not going in the 4th. He's got too much of a hype train there. So now, going back to the draft board, after I picked Cade Stover off Joe Milton, Grando, Labe, Davis, Pratt, McCaffrey, Tyrone Tracy. I would have loved picking them here. But now we're here at 508. Frank Gore went ahead of us. Going to the suggestions. To the overall, Jaheim Bell, Rasheen Ali, Anais Smith, Aeneas Smith is what I like to call him. That's what I used to call him. Dylan Johnson's a guy I like to go after because he likes to catch passes out of the backfield. Wide receiver wise, meh. There's Eric All down there. So running back, Dylan Johnson, come on down. And that's it for my draft. After that, Sam Harton, Jordan Davis. This one guy didn't even make a pick. That's interesting. A guy did not get picked. Let's see who that was. There was no pick at 5'11". There was no pick at the 5'11". That really didn't happen. 5'11" decided not to make a pick. That is funny. Brock Bowers, Braylon Allen, Spencer Rattler, Will Shipley, Dylan Johnson. I don't see Will Shipley falling to the 4th round. Braylon Allen to the 2nd. That's with ADP. Spencer Rattler in the 3rd. We're seeing that a lot. Really depends on his situation and draft capital. He may bump up to the 2nd. May stay in the 3rd. Maybe worse. Maybe better. It's very volatile with the draft. Dylan Johnson, late round flyer in rookie drafts. So all in all, not too crazy. Let's take a look at the draft board here. So going in the 1st round, anything crazy off the board? Not too crazy. Not too crazy. 2nd round. Where is it? Not too crazy. 2nd round's a little bit tighter too. Let me know if I'm missing it. Sometimes I'll miss the name because I am presenting. Bucky Irving sometimes falls a little bit farther, I guess. Wilson, Jalen Polk to the 3rd. I was wondering where he was going to be at because a lot of times he's around here in the 2nd round or in the back end of the 1st. He was in the back end of the 1st in the draft. I was wondering if they were too far over the moon, but they might have watched my videos and adjusted his ratings. Or it could have just happened just like that. Malik Washington, I like him a lot. I draft him around here in mock drafts with an unknown landing spot, but I just don't see the market doing that after the draft. That's the thing about that. Audric Estimé is a good discount. It's not a bad draft board. What I think about the simulator, we'll probably do this a few more times because it's quick content. It's fun. I can get a mock draft out. But honestly, best use is probably pound it out 10 to 15 times because you can knock out drafts like this. Get a good feel of the board. Understand it's going to have some bugs with it here and there, but not too bad if you want to bump out some drafts. Really draft up a bunch of drafts one night, couple nights right before your draft. Get a good feel of the flow. I would not use it as in stone or in lockstep with your draft picks. I would use it more as a tool, as another gauge, another thing to look at. And the randomness too gives you something to account for your actual drafts, just in case randomness happens, especially if you're in a home league draft. This is great to get you prepped for a home league draft. If you've got a random one where guys just pull up on hometown players, like if you're in Ohio and they draft Ohio State guys a little high, then that's something you may want to account for. You may want to use something like this as part of your prep. Not a lot of your prep. Maybe like this much. Maybe like 2% of it. But if you need to do a lot of drafts really fast, just the mock, I think this is okay. just as a gauge. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.